Houston, did you copy?
We choose to
over?
go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon.
He copies, Charlie.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
Pieces of the Moon is a huge project in which we examine the 1969 moon landing, as well as the socio-political atmosphere that surrounded it, what it took and what it cost to launch human beings 239,000 miles into space and touch down on the moon for the very first time.
Originally, when I started writing this, I was really excited about the 1969 moon landing from a scientific perspective and the extraordinary challenge of how to turn that into a theatrical event. Then, as our research deepened, this equally exciting storyline started to emerge, which was based on the resistance movement to the moon landing and what was going on socially in America in this era, and particularly the growth of the black arts scene.
The script draws on the music and life of Gil Scott-Heron and the Apollo 11 astronauts and examines why we as a society couldn't harness the extraordinary efforts and money it took to land people on the moon to better the life of minority communities back at home.
The process of writing this script has been so enlightening for me, creating these parallels between these two paradigm-shifting events that were kind of going on at the same time, but on opposite ends of the spectrum. This shiny, expensive scientific experience on one end, and this cultural re-identification here on the ground on the other end.
For this project, we've decided that we absolutely must have people flying through the air. So we've begun a series of aerial workshops to begin to design how we might embody such things as the moon landing moment physically. And a real trademark of One Year Lease shows is that we often incorporate a hybrid of dance and sports to create a really unique physical vocabulary to support the text. So with Pieces of the Moon, we're looking at aerial and bungee work to explore both the presence and the absence of gravity, as well as the really interesting different ways that memory works. We're going to be using the movement to really unearth the storytelling and really find the visceral rhythms of space travel as well as the music of Gil Scott-Heron. So it's aiming to be a real celebration of being human, a celebration of being earthbound and also being weightless.
Pieces of the Moon is a compelling project that I can't wait to share with you all. To explore two opposing cultures in America during this turbulent time in history holds a lot of energy. To be able to investigate our past and see how it resonates with society today and how we tell stories is very important to me. And to be able to do that work alongside OYL is amazing. And I can't wait to start putting Pieces of the Moon in front of an audience.
I've been working with One Year Lease for a few years now, and one of the things that I really love about working with their company is their commitment to exploring ideas and events from new perspectives, whether that's through the script or through physicality. And that's what's so exciting about Pieces of the Moon, is that they're doing both. They're taking this historical event that people have such an immediate reaction to, and they're infusing it with the multitudes of perspectives that existed at the time and now about the event. And there's really exciting physicality in it as well. It's really something that I think people are going to want to see.
Everybody at Stages is thrilled at the prospect of working again with One Year Lease. We had such a wonderful time on our initial collaboration of the project of Balls, and we are over the moon about working on Pieces of the Moon. I can't wait to get this company back down here again.
My hope and intention with this project is that it might inspire and lead audiences to really re-examine this very well-known moment in history and maybe look at it from a whole new perspective, as I've had to do through the process of writing it.
We are interested in using the theater and this project in particular to initiate and support cross-cultural and intergenerational conversations about this historic event. So please join us for this ride and become an active participant and collaborator in what I promise is an extraordinary process.
Pieces of the Moon is a big undertaking. It's a huge project, and part of our mission as a theatre company is to engage communities and audiences into an active conversation. And so we hope that you'll join that conversation now at the start.
Yes, pledge your support to the project, and we pledge to engage you in the creative process from the ground up.
We've been creating work together like this for over 10 years, and what we've learned is that the work only gets stronger and more interesting the more people are invested.
Read more about OIL and our history of making work below, and learn how we support artists, engage audiences, and create new work from the ground up.
And please get involved in Pieces of the Moon.
We have a poem here. It's called Whitey on the Moon.
That's all right, I don't mind a bit.
And it was inspired.
How is the quality of
It
the
was
TV?
inspired by some Whiteys on the moon. So I want to give credit where credit
Oh,
is
gee,
due.
that's great. Is the lighting halfway decent?
Yes, indeed. They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar
Flag
surface.
up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface.